Lestat here. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be profiling my Lightsworn deck. Before we get started, I do want to say this deck did take a hit when Chaos Space was limited. Fortunately, we do have more support coming out later this year. Until then, I'm going to be showcasing a very basic build. That way you can build and expand upon. If you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I always enjoy interacting with you. And please consider subscribing for more awesome content. Without further ado, let's get right into it. First, we're playing triple copies of Judgment Dragon, Heart and Soul to deck. This is pretty much your board clear and OTK enabler. We're playing triple copies of Raiden. It's a level 4 tuner that can mill a couple cards from the top of your deck to the graveyard to increase its attack. The attack increase isn't relevant. You pretty much just want to mill. That way you can gain additional effects from your other cards. For the Revival Lightsworns, we're playing 2 copies of Lumina, Lightsworn Summoner, and 1 copy of Lumina, Twilightsworn Shaman. They both revive from the graveyard. The Twilightsworn Lumina can also revive from the Banished Zone, and once per turn, you can mill an additional 3 cards if another Lightsworn monster activates its effect. Playing triple copies of Wolf, 1 copy of Felice. Both can revive themselves, which enables your Synchro and rank 4 plays. However, Felice can only revive itself if it's pitched from deck to grave by monster effect. It is a level 4 tuner, and it has a neat removal effect as well. We're playing 1 copy of Lila. We do need a form of spell and trap removal, so that's why we're playing it. And it's also another Lightsworn name to make it easier to go into your Judgment Dragon. We're playing 1 copy of Raiko, the Twilightsworn Fighter. This card is awesome because whenever you normal summon this, you can banish a card on the field. Really good card, especially during the mid-game. We're playing triple copies of Aratama, triple copies of Sakatama. This just enables the rank 4 plays. So we primarily want to go into our Minerva. That way we can mill additional cards from our deck. If we open with something, let's say Raiden, but we don't have another extender, but we have Sakatama on board, Sakatama can just reveal itself and then normal summon itself. So it's just a nice way to get an additional body on board. For the tuners, we're playing 2 copies of Destrudo, which can summon itself from the graveyard and the hand. 1 copy of Revolution Synchron. You can use this as a synchro material from your hand, and then it can also revive itself from the graveyard, which will enable your Crystal Wing plays, which I'll showcase here in a bit. And we'll play 1 copy of Jet Synchron, which is pretty much a glow-up bulb. If you can't afford Revolution Synchron, you could play additional copies of these other tuners, or you could play Plague Spreader. One copy of Starlight Safer. You're not going to want to summon this. Ideally, you want to mill this to the graveyard just in case your Judgment Dragon ends up in graveyard, because you can banish this to recycle your Judgment Dragon. For the Chaos Dragons, we're playing 1 copy of the White Dragon, 1 copy of the Black Dragon, 1 copy of Chaos Dragon Levianeer, which has the ability to pop cards. We're primarily going to be banishing 3 light monsters to summon this, because when that happens, we can revive another monster from a graveyard to expand our board. 1 copy of Chaos Emperor, the Dragon of Armageddon. This card is another board clearer, but it can also recycle our banished dragons if we need to do so. And then for the Search and Mill cards, we're playing triple copies of Charge, triple copies of Recharge. For the one-off spells, we're playing 1 copy of Chaos Space. This is the Search of Chaos Dragons. And not only that, we can recycle cards from our graveyard, banish this card, and then draw an additional card. We're playing 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army. This is just a search of Raiden. 1 copy of Tuning. Primarily in here to search a Revolution Synchron if we don't open with it. I don't feel the need to play multiple copies of this because we're only playing 1 Revolution Synchron, but it's in here just in case we need to use it. And then we're playing 1 copy of Foolish Burial, which it's just here to send our Wolf to grave, or whatever tuners we need in order to combo. So getting into the extra deck, we are playing 1 copy of Michael, This could banish a card on the field. Ideally, you want to have a level 4 non-tuner on the field and Revolution Synchron in hand, because you can use Revolution Synchron in hand to go into this. And then because Revolution Synchron is now engraved, you can revive it, tune those two monsters together to go into your Crystal Wing. And then Crystal Wing is obviously a monster effect negate and monster removal. For the other negate, we're playing one copy of Baron de Fleur, which can also pop cards and revive cards during the standby phase. One copy of Psychic End Punisher, pretty much a Towers-esque monster that can enable your OTKs, especially if you're going second. This card is amazing. One copy of Judgment, the Dragon of Heaven. I really like this card. It's pretty much another Judgment Dragon, but except for milling 4 during the end phase, you banish 4, which enables your Punishment Dragon plays. Now, that isn't relevant now, but it will be when the new support comes out. I'm pretty much playing this as filler because I cannot afford SP Little Knight. If you have SP Little Knight, play that instead. I think that is more relevant, but however, I can't afford it, so I'm just playing this card. But yeah, this card isn't bad. One copy of Minerva. You get detached material, mill 3 cards, and for each Lightsworn card milled, you can draw an additional card. If this card happens to be popped, you can mill 3 and then pop cards on your opponent's field equal to the number of Lightsworn monsters milled. So, really good, rank 4. One copy of Dagaris, the Timeless. This is pretty much here to extend your board if you need to do so. One copy of Babushka for the stall. One copy of Time Thief Redoer. This card has no business being as good as it is, but I love it. Just being able to steal the top card of your opponent's deck and then just gain additional effects so it can remove itself or draw a card is more useful than you think it would be. One copy of Zeus, pretty much a board clearer. One copy of Star Crisis. As I mentioned in my last video, this card has yet to come up for me, but in theory it's nice when you go second because you can just shut down your opponent's effects and then you can potentially remove a card on the field. For the Interruption Link package, we're playing one copy of IP Masquerena, one copy for Nightmare Unicorn for the spin, one copy of Appaloosa for the negate, and one copy of my favorite, Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, which can shut down activated effects as well as a special summon from the graveyard. And if you need to use an opponent's monster for link material, well, you can do so. And IP Masquerena also enables that, so I love it. But yeah, that's the deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to give the video a like, leave a comment down below. I always enjoy interacting with you, and please consider subscribing for more content. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and upload. And until next time, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next video.